Hi everyone. I am actually so excited to be back to doing like daily analysis videos because it's been so long and it's great to be kind of like looking back at trading videos back again. Now let's get into it. So I kind of decided that I'm probably going to alternate between US30 and USD JPY, just to see, because I kind of mainly trade US30, but then I also feel like maybe let's have another pair in it just so that if US30 is consolidating or if nothing is really setting up, then we at least have something else to look at, right? So, but today we're going to start off with US30 and then tomorrow I'll do USD JPY. Now, let's just, as per normal, let's do our daily analysis. Or let's even just start from the top down analysis and let's just see what I think can possibly happen. Um, so basically, if you look at I'm going to just off all this pin bars and I'm going to actually off all of this as well. So we already kind of knew that price broke structure. It came back and now it's probably, I am a little bit more biased to the upside for this. So just because price is broken, it came back into the zone. There's a zone right here. If you guys can see this big leg out, there's a liquidity zone right here. And so basically came back, did a fake out, and right now I am literally looking for price to kind of go towards the upside, right? So this will be my short-term target, which would be somewhat around here, let's say 34,400. So 34400 would be somewhere around the region that I'm expecting price to go to, and then we have to see what it's going to do after, right? But that's my bias on, even on the weekly. Let's just drop down to daily. mm, yeah, it kind of, if you see here on the daily as well, it kind of broke out through the consolidation zone to the upside, and it is forming an upside. I mean, it's got a gap here, an opening gap, but for me, really, I think I'm just going to see what price action does. I am typically more biased towards the upside. Let's just on the Phoenix. Yeah, so it's a buy on a daily. And you know my method. So really, I'm looking for the 200 average. As long as the candles are above that, it's a buy. If it's below that, it's a sell, right? So on a higher time frame, it is a buys. Now let's just drop down to an hour to see if there's any potential entries. Oops. Let's just try to make this bigger. Okay, on an hour, we do have to be a little bit more careful. Even though I am on a long-term buy, it is kind of consolidating. If you can see my consolidation zone right here. What I am going to do now, though, is I'm just going to off all of this and I'm quickly going to draw support resistance lines just because price has actually moved towards the upside and I haven't drawn any support resistance lines. I'm going to go back to the 4 hours so that we can actually see more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually redraw all of this when we did the previous videos of how we draw support resistance lines. If you guys can remember, I'm just going to delete any drawings on this just so that it's easier. Okay, right. So kind of broke out. You can see it has broken out of support, the consolidation zones, but it is in a very crucial zone. I'm going to go to that hour just to see if I can catch data. There we go. Can I off this as well? Yes, let's off everything so we have a clean slate. Okay. Okay. And let's just quickly draw support resistance zones to the top two and bottom two as well. So I'm just, do you know, I really enjoy doing this. Okay, we are at a very crucial zone right here. We can see prices come back to touch this zone many times over. Oops, sorry, not meant to go here. I'm drawing 1 hour zone, guys, just so that we have better accuracy compared to 4 hour. 4 hour basically gives you bigger gaps, if that makes sense. So therefore it's always great the lower you go. Sometimes you can even go to 30 minutes to see if you see anything solid. probably going to. Okay, I'm probably gonna draw just one more right up here, guys. Okay, I think I'm good with support resistance zone for now. Right now, if you see, we are at kind of a very crucial zone. If you can see, prices come back to touch this zone several times. This was a fake out, but you can see, can you see price? All this touch points several times. So we actually, it is at a very crucial zone, but I truly believe it might actually go up. Let's just see what it does, you know. Um, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna turn back on the indicators right now. So it is a buy. All my moving averages are starting to fan out accurately. Going to on back my pin bars, and I'm also going to on back my support resistance zones. Okay. Right, so if you actually see this, it draws more than what I would have drawn if you notice. Like I drew one here, but it's drawn right at the top, so it's the higher highs really. Okay, it didn't kind of draw where I have drawn, which is amazing because I would have thought it's a major test point. Kind of drew one at the top. So I'm just gonna leave it be. Let's see in any other time frames. Okay, on a 30-minute, you can see it's here. Okay, so I guess it's just you have to look and see at different time frames, but for now, I'm just going to off that just so that it's not so messy. Now, I'm going to drop down to my 5 minutes, guys, just to see if there's any potential entries and whether we're setting up for anything on a 5 minutes. Sorry, guys, on a 5 minutes, it's all fanning out beautifully. If you can see, I am so sure we just missed an entry point. Okay, never mind. Um, there we go. This would have been a perfect entry. It was just a while ago, about 20 minutes ago, really. So yes, I would have gotten into that, but because it's a support resistance line that I would have been careful, but because I'm a long-term bias, so I would have probably gone into it just because everything is fanned out. We'll just see if we take an entry here. Where would I have put it? I would have put it here. So it's about 20 pips. That's pretty cool. And then 1.5. You would already be on a, you would have come out in profit already, right? So this is a 1 is to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. And my entry I am looking for, where I expect price to go today. I told you guys where it is. Did I not draw it? Okay, I'm just going to draw that for you guys here. Uh, it is horizontal. Not the best of all accuracies, but there we go. Okay, it could possibly go up even further up to this longest wick here, but this is my point as to where I would see price actually wanting to go, right? There's gaps in between for it to fill anyway, but we'll see as we go along. But always when we take trades, what I'm really looking for is the moving averages to fan out the way I want it to, a pin bar entry, and yeah, that's basically it really. But for me here, if you look, this is a point that I would be careful on. Look, it's rejecting it. We just have to wait for candle to close. This last candle here, where I thought this was a very super important zone. But if it breaks through, it's probably going to come back down for a retest again. Just another entry point, and then let's see if we can take it for a buy up again. Right, so this is my analysis for US30 today. Nothing too long. And again, don't forget to check Forex Factory, guys. I've checked it, and it doesn't have any rate folders for today, especially USD. But if you're trading any other pairs, just be mindful to check, and obviously be also mindful of the opening times later for New York session. Typically myself, and I do know there's a lot of traders who enjoy trading news, just because there's a lot of volatility and pairs move. But I personally stay away from it just because I'm a scalper mainly, and I don't really like those very fast and long wicks and all that kind of stuff. So I like to kind of move when pairs are just going on its normal zone, like this kind of timing in the mornings when it is like UK sessions in the morning is great. And then obviously if I was trading for New York, it would be after 2:30, 3 o'clock. Then I'm great just because I feel like after that it kind of moves really nicely as well, especially US30. But again, look up for news, and if there is, just be very careful and always have a stop loss in place, guys. All right. So hopefully you guys have a happy trading week this week. See you back again tomorrow. And I will also be uploading the last video where I put all the sorry guys, where I will put all the indicators together and kind of show you guys my exact trading strategy as to where I take entry and what is it I specifically look for before I actually hit the button to take a trade. Okay, so like I said, happy trading and see you guys back tomorrow.